Yaga. On the last video, I was talking about using your gifts to create something. Hopefully your gifts will be something that you can monetize, something you can use for your benefit to garner some sort of abundance and soft life for yourself. And in my hobby group, which is at the moment I'm doing some roller skating, I see myself mainly teaching, maybe a lot of helping the novice, the brand new people, just to learn the basics, the fundamentals. So I frequent the same spaces and I frequent people and I see how parents are with their children, loved ones, whatever you want to call it. And although obviously I know I've seen this firsthand in my own family, but I get to experience again and see how these narcopaths have children just to have them sake. There's no genuine emotions of love that I see the majority of the time. There's a lot of this kind of living through the child, filming them when they're doing like really basic maneuvers and celebrating them for doing something like extremely simple, creating keeping the cycle of narcissism going and growing, in fact. And it's quite sad, actually. It's saddening to watch, if I'm being honest with you. Things happen like, there will be someone in there, and as it's being half term, children have 1 week break from school, and they'll have these little, young boys who are around, and they get drawn to me and were going around. And there was a moment where I had some sweets that I had bought from the shops, and I went to eat the sweet for myself, and one of the young boys put his hand out. Oh, let me have one. So without thinking, I pulled the sweet out just to give him a sweet, and the grandma jumped on me. Oh, no, you got to ask me. You got to, it was such a over dramatic, such a hyper response for something so small. A lot of these parents will say, oh, it's got pork in the sweets, it's got gelatin in the sweets. Yet these parents get up to all kinds of behaviours which will be worse than eating pork. They say, oh, it's got gelatin in it, but then they might eat seafood, and I'm pretty sure in that Leviticus verse it's against things with a hoof, which would be the pork, but also against seafood if it's not fish. So you get to see these children play out the role of being the extension to the narcopath. Another word H.G. Tudor uses, he calls them appliances, where they're taken off the shelf for certain benefits. These children, if you say something wrong to their child, or you might correct their child, they're hypersensitive in wanting to attack you for something very minor. A lot of the time you're just helping them, you're helping to create discipline, you're helping to keep order between children. You might pick them up, or they might try to attack you and you tell them off, and the parent is listening closely to everything you say to make sure that you and not being the abusive one, which is just laughable. But yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of these kind of behaviors at the moment with children and these narcopaths, and they're literally everything is very much like, are you hungry? Do you want to drink? Do you want to go to the shop? Do you want this? Do you want that? But no true care is put into the feelings, how the children are feeling. Sometimes they're gazing off into the distance, and I may approach and say, how are you, what are you thinking of? Nothing is put into nurturing the emotions of the child, building them up as independent children, making sure that they can advocate for themselves, making sure they have their own boundaries, making sure that they, are looked after, they are happy in themselves. All of it's just put into the maintenance of, the food and drink, the facade management. Not enough is gone into bringing them up into healthy, well-rounded individuals, and you just get to see that really. So, if you have any children and you're watching this and you're going on your healing journey, make sure those. If you're watching this and you're chosen, you probably would actually be sensitive anyway to a child's emotions. You would probably automatically be taking care of these children, and you'll be, feeling all their emotions and thinking that they're yours when they're not. But yeah, they have their own emotions and their own inner life, their own inner world, and ask them how they're feeling. Maybe ask them to write things down, journal, draw, doing physical activities, but also doing things that stimulates mental creativity as well, and just make sure that they're looked after in a wholesome, wholly genuine way, not just in a way where it's all about controlling them, it's controlling other people, the way they look, and making sure they got the clothes and the shoes on and everything, but at the same time you're quick to shout at them, you're quick to shout at anybody who impedes them when actually they're helping you. And it's just sad to see. Yeah, so we're living in a world of people making the same mistake, continual cycles of narcopaths and creating new narcopaths for the future. And we should make a special island for narcopaths, and we can ship them all there, and then we can live in our own peaceful world where we can move forward in a positive way.